Meghan Markle here.
Today is April 28, 2025. It is 2:21 a.m. This is my third video. Some of the recordings that I did earlier today are pretty short. So these were some conversation, I guess, to be up to date now. The squad were talking about, and there's one that's about a little bit politics I'm gonna throw in. I just want to go over it with you guys. All right, so there's the numbers. Let's go on Twitter. I was doing the Legend of Aviation tweets, and I think after this video I'm pretty much up to date with whatever the squad are talking about since I came back from vacation. All right, so this is the first tweet. So Meghan posted a video of her daughter, who's not really her kid because she doesn't exist, but also it's not her voice because it's actually Harry pretending to be a toddler, and they're not filming in Montecito because they're broke and divorced, but also Harry is a hologram clown. So this is the narrative that the derangers are talking about. So let me go back on IG. Do I have it open? Nope, I don't have it open. Let me see if I could see what was that video. And one of the videos that I did earlier, Duchess, Meghan. Okay, so this is old. Okay, I guess this is that. Let's see this one. So there's a music on that. So there's Archie, they black his face. Okay, my goodness, Archie is gonna be very muscular, built, broad shoulders since he was a baby. Look at his back. This is Harry's back. So I thought I was gonna see something as ever. Oh, maybe it was from that. Okay, so this is what happened when you follow the right people. Your timeline tends to be clean. Look at this. All the things that I'm saying are about Meghan. What is that now?
To those who celebrate. Ooh.
Oh,
So I don't have.
I just started following her after Meghan had gone to New York to see her show. So I just started following her. Audrey McDonald.
Anything super deep to say today, nor do I just say what's on my mind. But here's what's on my mind today. What are we doing about these allergies, people? What are we doing? I feel like my name right now is Audra Singular Flonase Claritin McDonald Swinson of the what's gonna call it? Wyfinison clan. What are we doing? I keep trying to put on concealer to, because my eyes, and I try and sing and it's like, and I'm trying to put on concealer on my eyes because they're so big. And the concealer says, oh no ma'am, we're going to the Bahamas. We're not staying with you today. What are we doing about these allergies? That's all I got today. I am wishing you all luck and love and power as we power through this two dossier and these allergies, because these allergies, they are winning today. Ooh, hallelujah. Okay. Break a leg, y'all.
Yeah, my husband is still sick. He was coughing last night, sneezing. before we went on vacation, all of us were sick. And I don't know, I got better, but my husband is still battling. When we were on vacation, it wasn't as bad for him. Okay, I think I know. He caught it again. He caught it again. If I have to tell you the story how he caught it, I can't tell you how he got it, but I know where he got it again. But yeah, we all were sick, and during our vacation he was okay, and then I think it was either Wednesday he caught it, and then he's still going at it again. Yesterday he was gonna go outside. I think he still went. This guy. But anyway, let's leave that alone. I wanted to see what okay, Meghan, I went over this on my last video. Let's see what's going on with As Ever. Okay, so this is where that was. Let's catch up with that. Okay, I've seen this, not that one. Okay, we're live. Come shop. Okay, so that's when they put their things out. Her shop went, and so everything was sold out in what, 40 minutes. There's that. Alright, sold out less than an hour. She's making reference to it. And this is the recent one. Okay, so let me not waste time. Go back on Twitter. So we're back on this. I read that already. Let's see some of the comments. Clashing narratives from the serious deluded. The plot thickens. Alright, that's an ad. Wow, things are really wild in Derangerville. This made me laugh out loud. 1 minute they don't have kids. The next minute they're exploiting their kids. Heavy is tied to her apron string. Oh my god. Because she's controlling narcissists. But also they're never together, so they're getting a divorce. Okay, to send them into the bigger spin, the words spoken by Lily should go on the next batch of gem. I wanted to hear that video. The squad are making reference to it, but I haven't heard of it. There was one tweet that I came across, and I was like, what are they talking about? Could it be in this one? And then the squad were like, oh, it's about Lily. About something about overshadowing Mambo. Alright, Meghan's jeans didn't stand a chance. I thought that was funny. My goodness, look at their hair. Harry's color. Alright, so that they are here. There's Archie. Yeah, that's Harry's back completely. He's gonna, what is it? He's at the age where he's gonna lose a tooth. Okay, the fact that we always see Lily in pink. Damn. Okay, she's gonna have to wait for grandkids for a rematch. No squad, the way that they be talking about those things. Oh my god, they did for Archie though. Let me be the response here. Frig. Right, so that's that. They did for Archie though. I guess Archie's curls. Both parents have to have the red gene. MC1R. I don't know anything about this type of things. I didn't study these things. Variant for their children to have red, auburn, ginger hair. There's 2 comments here. Remember, Meghan's father is white. Okay, red hair genes also run in Meghan's paternal family. Her uncle, brother, and sister, although Samantha had dark auburn hair. So yeah, those babies were going to have red hair, no matter what. Alright, so let's see some of those images. So there's that. It's a shame. There he is here with Meghan. Pointing at the red hair. Can you imagine if they had stood by her? All of that they all would have enjoyed. But they had to show themselves. All the pain that Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan, went through, it's a way to, for all the people that, you know, future backstabbers to show themselves because God had something better for them. Okay, when will they say she's dyeing the hair and the kids that don't exist? The kids got red hair from both parents. Meghan carries the red hair recessive genes, hence the freckles. Dad Harry's genes is much stronger than mom Meghan. So, I mean, not everybody. I mean, I think she was just doing that because, you know, let me just leave that alone. you have to follow some of the true squatters from the very beginning, the true one, okay, to know the shades that they're throwing. Sometimes they don't mean harm to some of the tweets that they're talking about. It's just a thing to laugh among each other. Sussex Squad, I've checked a few accounts and the views are abysmal. I guess having a large following and a blue check means nothing when the squad stop effing with you. They really try to use us to build their platform, sell books, then ish on us. No need to fight, just starve them of engagement. Yeah, that's it. This is why I don't even bother worrying about followers on X. I don't even try. Let me open a new page. Because Twitter is asking me to... there it is here. You haven't verified yet. Get verification for boosted replies, analytics, and free browsing and more. Upgrade your profile. I don't need to be upgraded. I'm fine. I think you have to pay for it. This one was kind of funny. I'll come back to this. It was not on my list, but I'll come back to this. Alright, so back to this now. So this is the tweet where the squad is talking about people are using the Sussex Squad to get followings, and then next thing you know, they're bashing on us. So pretty much she's saying, just don't engage with them. So this is my comment here. I stay with the original Sussex Squad, the ones who've been keeping me up to date once I saw what Harry and Meghan were going through. New Sussex Squad, I have to watch from afar and see what BS they're pulling out of their ass. Alright, so I just stay with the original squaddies, the ones that informed me when I didn't know much about Meghan in particular. I knew her existence, but I wasn't following Meghan. But the ones who were with Meghan from Tiggs and all of that, these are the squaddies that I follow. Okay, amen. I'm not trying to pretend, all of this. I was not. Okay, I was not. But after seeing the amount of BS that she went through, it was no brainer to me. And then not only that, because every day I'm getting new following. Sometimes some of the things are repetition. I'm repeating myself. But when I started PYTE, it was to focus on politics. Not in the sense where I go full-blown political things like Midas touch or anything like that, but occasionally when I see certain things that sort of irks my skin, I was gonna talk about it and spin it in my own way, because there's a lot of things I could be talking about right now when it comes to politics, but that's not my cup of tea. For instance, I think I mentioned it on my last video, with what Trump is doing, like people they arresting, even citizen they arresting and putting, sending out of the country. All of this I could have been talking about. And occasionally I made reference to some of the TikTok videos that talks about politics that I come across. I will make some reference to it. I could have easily create content about that. But I felt like my warning, which was why I wanted to create PYTE for, was to warn us of the things that I was seeing. But now that we are in the storm, pretty much, okay, you could see some old videos where the thumbnails, the storm is coming, all of this, okay, I probably talk about politics here and there. I'll give the warning of things that I was seeing. But now that we are in it, it is just too much. This is something that could drive people crazy. You see lives that are being destroyed, or at least being set back decades, several generations. Some of those people who they shipping, they never been arrested, have no criminal record, nothing. And he gave us the pretense these were the people, who have criminal records he was gonna go after. But innocent people who were doing all the right thing, going to school, paying taxes, do all sort of things. They had a life. Okay? They had a life. They know what they were going to do tomorrow, the following day, and possibly the future. The only thing they don't have control of was natural disaster, sickness, hurricane, storms. Here, these are the things they didn't have control of. But some of them had an idea of the direction of their life. But this guy just put a whole bunch of generation behind. Ship them, arrest them, some of them, I don't know. And not the 92%ers, but some of these people are at fault as well for failing to recognize the hate, the bigotry, and all of those things that is happening. If we don't come collectively in a sensible way with respect, understanding, it will be a recycle of things. This is why I cannot really create content just about that, because I'll go further into the micro kind of, in my sense, okay? Not the educational way, but in my sense, the way that I see it. I'll go too deep into those things, and it's very painful just to watch lives being destroyed. Technically, they really going after it to put different groups and generation back. But anyway, yeah, we have to come together. If we don't come together, this is a recycle of things. Okay, where was I here? Beautifully said. That is precisely why they bait us. The engagement is what they desperately need, and when we don't give them that engagement, it is best revenge possible. We are getting wiser. Okay, I don't even know who they are. I don't quickly go and follow them. If they don't have anything positive to say, I don't follow. Okay, I've been blocking a lot of blue checks for days. They are just as worthless as any common trolls account. Yep, starve, blackity black starve. Okay, starving people is always the best weapon. All right, let's go to the next one, which is what Trump is doing right now. All right, isolating Americans, and some Americans don't get it. All right, next tweet. All right, this one I saw when I was finishing putting the list of some of those tweets here, but I don't know what it is about. All right, so this is one of the squaddies that follows me, and I follow her. Let's see here. This senseless, toxic, racist, evil, bitter white woman talks about Meghan, who is living her life busy working for herself and humanity doing better than her and her generation. Yet she has the audacity to say Meghan lacks self-awareness because Meghan is not living her life to please useless trolls like her. All right, let's listen. Oh my God, I didn't know it was that long. Oh, and this one too. All right, so let's listen to this. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that long. Almost 6 minutes.
To her talking about that, and sometimes that lack of self-awareness, when she's saying, oh, Harry just says I should, I'm beating myself up too much, words to the effect,
he says, my love. He does call her my love. He says, my love, go and run a bath, go and do a workout, in other words,
and she's like,
take a beat.
I just can't.
But you know what? Harry's alive. Harry could have easily said, I didn't say that. You don't know. Meghan just sharing a small little glimpse of something that happened between her and her husband, and then you're discrediting her. What the hell is wrong with these women? These white women are part of the problem. Similar to, Tuvo have said, I think I have a video of him regarding the politics thing. Alright, dear white women, what the F is your problem? They are part of the problem our society is going through right now. Meghan is minding her own business, and she's giving us a small little glimpse out of a conversation she's saying. I know what she's making reference to. But yet you judging her because she said it. I mean, it's like Meghan's supposed to frame her life around these people. My goodness. Thank God she's not listening to these people online, because listening to these things will drive her crazy. Okay, and she had experienced that, so I'm glad she's staying away on from social media. These women are crazy.
Because I want to be with my kids all the time, and they're so precious, and blah blah blah. And you sort of think, yeah, you and the rest of the world, but you're not doing 3 jobs to keep a roof over your head.
Well, whatever. What is wrong with these people? Oh, so it's a response to it. I didn't know it. So, but anyway. My goodness. She shaped her life to be the way it is. She's a CEO of herself to run a company. Well, oh, you're not doing that. When you think about it, she is doing more than 3 jobs. She's a mom. She's doing the podcast. She's doing the thing with Netflix. She's doing As Ever. It's like so many other things. And Archewell, all of that. Did they count how many things she's putting out there? Wow. Okay. Oh my God. Anyway.
Pretty rich coming from a rural commentator, a rural reporter, a rural hater, a rural gossip fangirl. Say it's pretty interesting to them how Meghan Sussex lacks self-awareness. It's like, girl, no boo. No, my bitter tea drinking, stale crumbs eating, rural commentator, rural reporter, basically rural gossip girl. No boo. Meghan Sussex doesn't lack self-awareness. It's you.
That's right.
That lacks self-awareness regarding your biased, disdain, dislike commentary that you do when it comes to Meghan Sussex. And the reason for your bias, dislike, disdain that you have for Meghan Sussex is because she's married to Prince Harry. And you can't stand the fact that she's married to Prince Harry.
And when you think about this, my goodness, the amount of negativity that goes around Harry to make him feel like the choice that he made for himself is the wrong choice. I mean, Harry's kind of thing needs to be studied very well. The kind of pressure they put on around him, the world globally, the racists who put the negativity around him to make him feel like the woman that he chose is the wrong woman, and then for him to stick with his guts to know, no, I'm making this decision for myself. It is the right decision for me. This is something that's worth studying, because a lot of people will give up under pressure, will doubt their own choice. Okay, I'm not a psychologist. It's very hard to explain this because it goes very deep to think when you decided, okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, this is what I want. And then let's say you talk to someone about the choice you're gonna make, and for them to persuade you to say, no, what you're thinking is not what it is, and things like that, usually, almost always, you will banish your original thought and you will go along with the other people who persuade you. This is something that Harry have gone through, and he stuck with his guts, and he was like, nope, this is the woman I'm gonna marry. It needs to be studied. And then to know deep inside the quality of a woman that Meghan is, and trusted as well, it's also really deep. It needs to be studied. I don't know how else to explain it. The only people that could explain that to me or put it in a micro, explain it to like a toddler type of thing, or psychologists. Okay, I'm not talking about UK psychologists, because they themselves need help. This is something I have said in the past. Those psychologists in the UK, they need help as well. Because if they didn't speak up when Meghan was going through all of those things, they shut their mouth, they're not worth to listen to. They're not worth hiring to guide you to a better mental well-being. They're part of the problem as well. I'm talking about any psychologist who's outside of the UK. They need to explain that mental toughness that Harry has to stick with his gut and do the right thing. And then when you look at his family, and for him to come out the way that he did, it needs to be studied. I'm not just saying this like that out of nowhere. It is a very I don't know, it's like a needle in a haystack for someone this well strong-minded. And when you look at his past, and then the derangers love to bring his past. He's drinking, he's smoking, just like his brothers when they used to do joint interviews. Okay, trying to use his past from where he is now to discredit his true self right now, the present time. They love to bring his past to discredit his current situation. But anyway, let's finish with this. This is too long already.
So therefore, a lot of the commentary that these rural reporters, rural haters, rural gossip fangirls have, it comes off as petty. It comes off as biased. And they don't realize it. So therefore, they're the ones that have a lack of self-awareness. All Meghan Sussex did on her podcast was talk about how supportive her husband is.
That's it. Yeah.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with talking about how supportive your husband is? You know, what's wrong?
And it was a small little glimpse she shared with us. How many other time you Harry probably have, you know, I think they both anchor each other. It was a small little thing she shared with us. But anyway, let's continue.
What's wrong with talking about how your husband encourages you
That's it.
to have self-care, to take care of yourself, to, you know, oh baby, go ahead and take a bath, you know, honey, go take a break. It's a problem because Meghan Sussex is married to Prince Harry. That's why it's a problem. They don't like that. Now we all know, I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you definitely know that if Kate Middleton, Princess Catherine, whatever, said the same things about Prince William, aka Wank, that these same royal reporters would be falling all over themselves. They would be saying how inspirational, how aspirational
That's right.
Kate Middleton and Prince William's marriage is. They would be saying that Prince William is the perfect husband. And they would say that Kate Middleton deserves to have a husband that loves and supports her.
And she's right about that. They did that with that picture that AP called out that was fake. Because when that picture first came out, the royal rats were giving praise to William. It was William who did this, da. But once they start calling out the picture was fake, every time I see this, every time I talk about it, I'm thinking of Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. They literally pulling William out of the spotlight from the picture. But when it first came out, they presented it as William who took that Mother's Day picture. Look how good of a husband he is, a father, and all of that. Okay, so she's spot on. All right, let's continue.
But when it comes to Meghan Sussex, girl, she lacks self-awareness. Again, these rural commentators, rural reporters, rural gossip fangirls, they don't want Meghan Sussex
To be happy, that's right.
They don't want Prince Harry happy, as long as those two are married to each other. They don't want her to talk about it. They do not want her to talk about how happy she is. They don't want her to talk about how great of a husband Prince Harry is to her. So therefore, they say that she lacks self-awareness. And they also can't stand the fact that she lives a life of privilege. Did you notice the royal reporter? Did you notice her? Did you notice how irked she was? That Meghan stated in her podcast how she just wants to be with her kids. She just wants to be with her precious kids all day long. And the royal reporter was like, girl, get over. She's like, girl, get over it. Everybody does. And then she went on to say, but not everybody has 3 jobs. Girl, I highly doubt that you have 3 jobs. Again, this royal reporter lacks self-awareness.
And Meghan, well, if you think about it, her podcast, her Netflix, and what else? As ever, so that she has 3 jobs. And she's, let's not forget, Archewell. Okay? Meghan is running so many other things. She positioned herself, Meghan, to be in the position that she is. I have the same ability as Meghan? If I wanted to. Do I have the same mindset as she does? No, I don't. So these people are just jealous. Okay? Let's continue.
And I'm about to tell you how. Imagine if Kate Middleton had a podcast and she said,
I have to laugh about this because the scribe will say, we don't understand a damn thing you say. Let's continue. Let me not waste time.
that she wanted to be home with her kids all day long. I guarantee you that same royal reporter would not shame her, would not guilt trip her and say, oh, you live a life of privilege, girl. You don't have 3 jobs like the rest of us do. You know I'm telling the truth.
That's
you know
right.
Again, these rural reporters, rural commentators, they lack self-awareness in regards to the bias, the dislike, the disdain that they have for Meghan Sussex.
They have the self-awareness. They know. Because it is in their blueprint and their DNA to muddy the waters of reality. Okay, this is something that has been going on for a very long time. What was that video that I did? I'll put the clip of it. All right. Whenever they see positivities moving forward to make people mingling with each other, they have to muddy the water. All right. Put their negativity out there to discredit nature, the natural progression of integration of people loving each other. They have to mess that up. This is something in their blueprint. I've done that video a very long time when I first started getting understanding, okay, what was going on in the UK, the British media, what Meghan was going through. Okay, I went to the deep issue to educate myself and I put those videos out.
And racism as such, as a philosophy, kicked in was as a direct reaction to the abolitionist movement. The abolitionist movement driven by some of the leading intellectuals of the day, as well as driven by hundreds of thousands of ordinary people in this kingdom who signed petitions after petitions and presented them to the House of Lords. When the abolition movement really kicked in from the 1780s onwards, the planters had to respond. And so this is where you get the most virulent imagery about brutal, pagan, bestial.
But the media is a powerful force.
Black people in the literature and in the imagery.
Cartoons portraying black people as licentious and depraved began to circulate.
But the media is a powerful force.
The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
"The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people. This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it."
But the media is a...
Okay, so they've been at it for a very long time. This is their blueprint. If the reality look good and it inspire people, nope. This is not what they want you to go by. They want to make sure you see the hate, the negativity. They will stand on top of the rooftop to spread the negativity. This is their blueprint. And thank God many people are on social media, you know, when they come across these deranged white women throwing their BS out there and call them out on it. Okay, but let's continue. She's right. That black lady is right.
They don't want her to live a life of privilege.
That's right.
They don't want her to be married to Prince Harry. And they sure as hell don't want her talking about how happy she is and how much Prince Harry loves her and calls her my love. Again, no, boo-boo. Meghan Sussex does not lack self-awareness. It's you. Get over it. Cope. Look in the mirror and check yourself.
And the other thing as well, with Harry, this is something I've said in the past. I know some people don't agree. It's fine, okay? As long your response, you put the timestamp and you respond in a reasonable way without disrespect. I'm okay with this if you don't agree. when Harry was a working royal, when they sent him out there, he even said it in the Obama Foundation, they don't send him to the nice places.
But when when we get sent to some countries, we don't always get to see the beautiful parts. We're always there trying to deal with some of the issues, but also doing everything we can to bring people together, to make change, to make positive change. And it's an absolute joy and a privilege to meet the younger generation of change makers across the world who genuinely believe in the fact that they, as a single person and as a group and as a community and as a nation, not only can change their country, but can change the world as well. And that is what keeps me going on a day-to-day basis.
They send him places that they themselves don't want to go. So what they said behind closed doors in the palace wall with Harry and, among themselves, the hate, the negativity, the racism and all of that, when Harry goes to those places that they sent him, he sees a different things. And I think this is what opened his eyes. And still, he didn't see some of those things until he was with Meghan, which he has said in one of the GQ interview he was doing with one of those men who, during the Black Lives Matter. Okay? So, Harry, I think, especially the way they treat him as well, he didn't say much, but he accepted himself as being the spare. But when he got married and things were transferring into his wife, and I think that's where he put his feet down and is like, nah, I'm not putting up with this BS anymore. Alright, but let's do this one and then do the comments and then go to the next tweet.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.